Hello everyone, welcome back. Once again we are playing Feed the Beast. So bouncing back and forth between Adventure Timecraft and Feed the Beast. Pretty good balance, I think. Sometimes I tend to get bored of vanilla Minecraft. So today we've got a little bit more catching up to do, and then we've got to really start on a new project. A new goal of sorts, and that's really starting to get industrialized. We have this thing going on over here. It's not really that impressive, but there's some new stuff. I've got an assembling machine now, and a compressor, which we just compressed some carbon plates. I'll throw those into my ME network. As you can see, I've got my turtle up here. He's not doing any mining right now, and that's because I've got a new tool, which I guess is the first thing I will show off. This tool is crazy. It's a new Tinker's Construct tool. So of course you can make it just like you can make a pickaxe or any of the other stuff I talked about in the last episode. It's called the hammer. And this guy is pretty crazy, and I think it's also glitched, which is kind of disappointing. I may break it just because it's a glitch item, and that's unfair, at least in my opinion. Ooh, some slime balls. We're gonna need a lot of those. So basically what you do is you find, in fact, I don't really want to do that there. I want to do this. Okay. So the next tunnel I would dig would be right here. And what you do is you just basically break the middle block, and it breaks a 3x3 around it. You can see pretty much right away that this is good. I mean, this is an incredibly easy way to mine. And these things, these hammers, are very, very easy to make. They require a lot of resources, but the catch is, like with all Tinker's Construct tools, there's so many different types of resources you can make things out of that you never feel like you're actually going to, that it's actually very expensive. Because you're not making this thing out of diamonds, you can make it out of purely stone and be totally fine with that. The one thing it will not do is affect dirt or gravel. It's pretty much going to be stone and stone-like objects, stuff like ores. You know, the mining speed on it is a little slow, but since you're mining out 9, it really doesn't matter. So I've already revealed some coal. And yeah, you get the point. And we can come back here and get some lapis. It's always nice to have. And then I've been trying to collect coal because I keep running out. And it's actually a good time to start turning this coal into coal dust, which is basically where you stick it in a pulverizer or a macerator, and you can turn it into coal dust to use for crafting certain things. And definitely the pickaxe mines a lot faster than the hammer. The hammer's really nice for exposing the ores in the first place, and then you kind of go to work with this. Sweet. So we already hauled out 45 lapis, and we're going to get some slime balls too. Come here. So why do I say it's glitched? Well, it doesn't seem to be using up any durability. Now what I've done is I've given it a modifier. I'm not sure what it is, what it's called. I'd have to look it up. But basically what it lets you do is charge the tool. And while it's charged, it uses up that electrified charge instead of its durability. So as long as you keep it charged, it never runs out. The odd thing that I'm noticing with the hammer is that it never seems to use up the charge. So it's essentially infinite durability, which, you know, for obvious reasons, is kind of overpowered. So I might break this to make something that isn't so overpowered, something that isn't, you know, gonna be just an infinite use hammer. I mean, it's slow for sure, and I'll definitely be dropping it once I get to a quarry, but for right now it's really OP, and it kind of feels not very legit to use it. Of course, the tree farm is doing pretty well over here. The harvester, I was doing some experimentation with the apple saplings, so that's why I have so many of them. What I'd like to do in the future is run all my power off the MFR biofuel for now, that's out of reach until we get some new materials. So if we look up MFR, or not MFR, look up the biofuel generator, we could make this. What we can't make is the bioreactor, which requires, actually, oh, I guess we could make that. We can't make the bioreactor, mostly because it's going to require some stuff. So a pump isn't too hard to make. Item transport valves, conveyor module, plus, oh, that isn't too hard to make. A little bit of iron, but whatever. 2 slime balls, fermented spider eye, some plastic sheets, easy. It's this middle piece that's a problem. We literally cannot make these materials right now. It's requiring either titanium or tungsten steel. We cannot make tungsten steel. This is vacuum hardened tungsten steel. It is pretty much impossible for us to make right now. We have to have a vacuum freezer. We need hot tungsten steel, and the only way to get that is an industrial blast furnace that's maxed out. It's so far beyond our capabilities right now. The other thing is the titanium, which is what we're going to go for right now. Why do we need titanium? Well, we needed to make more than just this biofield setup. We need this to make the quarry. So really going for this is probably the best thing we can do right now. Yeah, there's a lot of... Because if we look up the quarry... let's check this guy out. It requires a diamond drill, which requires titanium plates. So we need basically the titanium plates, and we need all of that. To get any of that, any and all of that, we need a certain machine to do this. And that's called the industrial blast furnace. So if we want to get our good power supply, if we want to get our quarry, we're going to need to make this dude. And this is the industrial blast furnace. And it is very, very, very tough to make when you're starting off early. But it's possible. We can definitely do it. Okay, so basically, the industrial blast furnace is a multi-block. You do need one of these blast furnaces, and then you need to make a bunch of machine casing. So this guy right away, takes an advanced machine block, not too difficult. Electronic circuits, these copper nickels, which require either ferrous, copper, or nickel. These aren't too hard to make. And then either an induction furnace, the thermal expansion one, or no, an induction smelter, which is a thermal expansion machine, or an induction furnace, which is a GregTech machine. The induction furnace is probably cheaper, and I say that mostly because GregTech makes the recipe for the induction smelter cost 2 diamonds. Plus we'd have to make this, which we don't have quite yet. So let's, not focus on that. So we're going to make the induction smelters probably, right? Yeah, I did say that right. No, I didn't. No, we want the induction furnace. Okay. I'm trying to differentiate it between this guy. Because we don't want to have to make any more of those. And sun is setting yet again. So what I'm going to do is... I'm not sure what I'm going to do here. Because this is going to take a while to make. Like a long time to make. When I have to make stuff like this, it usually takes a while. We need a lot of things. Something I was going to work on... Actually, maybe we'll do this first. To make the advanced machine blocks, we need to use... Oh, no, we can't do that anyways, because we don't have... Or yeah, we can, because we've got an MFE. Okay, maybe that's the next thing we'll do. Okay, I figured it out. What we're going to do is we're going to move over. We're going to move all of the Industrial Craft GregTech stuff, so all of these white machines over here, and their cabling, to a new place that I just made, which is down here. This is going to be my new GregTech processing platform. This is where we're going to put a lot of my GregTech machines. So I'm going to go up here. We're going to grab some glass, and then we're going to fill in that roof. The reason I'm going to fill in the roof, and I love having this. Like, this is really cool. But I don't want this over here, and the reason being is because GregTech machines, I'm probably going to need more glass. If they get hit with rain, they can break. They can shatter completely. And I don't want that. They'll actually catch on fire and explode. So definitely do not want that. I had that happen to an industrial blast furnace once, and I was not happy. Because again, these machines are pretty expensive. They cost a lot of materials to make. And this is, once again, the Tinker's Construct clear glass that I think I showed how to make. And then we'll put the rest of our machines over there along with a power supply, which for now, I'm still going to use my geothermal generator to do things. Where am I going? Geothermal generator. But we'll probably want to move away from that too. We need my wrench again. Wrench. How much use did this have? Okay, it's got 15 uses. Okay. Does anything have anything in it? Okay. We need to pick all of this stuff up. So we want you. Come here. Oh. Now I picked this stuff up before and it was not fun. Okay, compressor and extractor. Oh, my wrench broke. I will have to make a new one. Where's my refined iron? I put it in here, didn't I? There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it takes... Oh, no, that's a hammer recipe. The wrench... an iron wrench takes these refined iron, and you need this to move around the GregTech machines without breaking them. And I had one too many. Okay, so the question is, how do I move these guys? Pretty sure I can pick him up right away. Geothermal generator. Come here, you piece of crap. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, you don't shift click, you just click with it. But if you click the wrong face, then it uses up durability, so just watch yourself. Oh, I need one more thing before we disappear here. This guy. This is a liquid tesseract, just like we've got over here, just like the one we have in the nether. Oh, can't forget this, too. Man, I'm all over the place today. We need all of this, and we also need the stuff that's in here. Man, I am forgetful. Let's get our gold cable and the MFE. The MFE. And lastly, the LV transformer. So a trademark of industrial craft and GregTech is that machines have voltages, so you need to make sure you supply your machines with the right voltage. There's a couple different types. They're pretty easy. You know, you start with low voltage, go to medium voltage, go to high voltage, and then extreme voltage after that. By the time you're there, you usually have things figured out and you know what's up. So it's pretty easy. In the meantime, you can screw up, and if you connect your machines to the wrong voltage, they can either not work, or worst case scenario, if you hook them up to too much voltage, they will explode, and that's not something you want. Trust me on that one. So let's get some more stone bricks. Actually, we need some. I want to make a rim here so that it doesn't look so crazy as it does right now, and also to deter mobs from being able to jump in on me. That would not be good. So probably raise the wall on this one. I think that looks okay. I feel like I could have done a better job with this room. So I did this is all the quarried stone, the white stuff. So this is the brick, and this is just the stone after you pass it through a furnace. I think I'm going to put a stairway here, and then up here will probably just be either like displays of some sort with computer craft, or maybe storage. But I tend to have everything in an AE system, so that might not be necessary. So I guess we'll find out. Alright, so over here we're going to want to put our power line. So our first power section, and then this will all be low power. This can be medium voltage, And then over here, we'll do something else. So let's go starting off with the liquid tesseract. So this is where we're going to get our first energy supply from. So put this guy right here. We want to connect it to the endothermic lava, the lava that we're getting from the nether, and then plop down a geothermal generator. It's going to fill up right away with lava, because there's so much out there. I think it holds about 10 buckets worth. So the next thing we need to do is send this power to some sort of machine, and we're going to send it straight to an MFE, I think. But we want to do this. Let's go. For now, I guess this will be okay. Or no, it won't. We're gonna kind of, this is gonna be a little bit of a temporary setup, I think. So let's go right here. Okay, so the MFE, oh wow, it threw that in there. Or did it? Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. So that's a new feature. Basically what the MFE is the battery box. It's gonna store all of the energy that this is creating in here. You can see that it's got about 3,000 EU stored. Now the MFE is a little bit different from the other blocks that we've encountered already, that it's outputting high or medium voltage, which is 128 EU per tick. If that kind of is confusing to you, just know that you can't plug this up to these other machines. They say max EU per tick in and then 32. If I hook this up to this and then I tried to run it, it would explode. So definitely do not want to do that. In order to actually use that energy, we need to use an LV transformer, and that's going to transform this power down to low voltage. So we're going to put this guy, let's see, let's go ahead and put it right here, I guess. Now, I think this is the way it goes, I hope. I guess we'll find out if it doesn't work. Okay, then we'll put those down, and then we've got our machines that we need to hook up. Did I grab? No, I did not. I didn't grab my electrolyzer. I am being silly today. So let's go, first of all, the compressor. And I just want to make sure this thing is getting the power that it needs. Looks like it is. Then we want the extractor, and we want the plate bending machine, and we want the assembling machine. So that's pretty easy. Okay, all those guys have power. The other thing we want is a medium voltage item, which can take power directly from the MFE because, again, it accepts medium voltage, and that is the industrial, in fact, I'll just look it up like this, industrial electrolyzer. The electrolyzer has a ton of recipes. There are so many recipes for this thing, it's ridiculous. And it does a lot of cool things. It's actually one of the reasons I like GregTech is because it's really complex. It's a really complex block. So we will hook this guy up right, and he is, okay, just want to double check. Okay. Why can't I access you? There we go. I thought it was going to blow up on me. So the electrolyzer, what does it do? Basically, okay, there's 44 recipes for it. Basically what you do is you fill it with some sort of material in here. This is the input. You give it some cells for most recipes, and then you can either input water via like a pipe, and it'll show up here. Once it runs, it's going to run for a certain amount of time, use a certain amount of EU, and then it'll take some amount of EU per tick to do the process. Sometimes it doesn't take the full amount of EU that the MFE can output, and that's fine. It won't use it. And it's just important knowing how you're going to power it. Because if you don't power it constantly at that rate, it will shut off. But if you've got, say, like a MFE with enough power overall, you can usually power it, even if you're not outputting at the same rate. And that might be really confusing if you're not used to GregTech and Industrial Craft. So what we're going to want to do is, what do I want to do? Okay, so we need to make advanced alloys. Advanced alloys are pretty important. So we can look in here. Basically what you do is you can compress a mixed metal ingot into an advanced alloy. They're used for making a lot of different things. We can also put them in a plate bending machine. Oh, that's cool. Mixed metal ingots. So to make these, there are a lot of different recipes. Different recipes give you different amount of mixed metal ingots. So for instance, if we make it out of the basic recipe, which is refined iron, bronze, and tin, we get 1. If we make it out of a more complex recipe, say vacuum hardened tungsten steel, brass, and aluminum, we get 6. Now, again, the tungsten steel, the vacuum hardened stuff is way out of our range right now. We cannot make this stuff. And it's turning night. So instead, we want to use a different sort of material. That material is probably going to be, I think, aluminum, and then maybe zinc as well. We'll see. Basically, what we want to do is use a recipe that at least gives us 2, so we're not using up as much material. And a big reason why is because bronze is hard to make. Like these recipes, bronze requires 3 copper and 1 tin, and it makes only 1 single piece of bronze. So in order to make an advanced alloy, I would need to use up 1 refined iron, 1 tin, actually 2 total tin, and then crap. Jeez. That's why I was worried about putting this out here, because like creepers can get to you. Thankfully, it didn't hit any of my stuff. That would have been really bad, especially the electrolyzer. That actually cost me quite a bit of materials to make. Look at these guys hanging out here. He could potentially kill me. I probably don't have... Oh no, I do have armor. Look, there's another creeper right here. These guys are everywhere. There's another skeleton. Jeez. They spawned in pretty quick. Take a couple of these guys out. This is revenge for sneaking up on me. Yeah, swing. Yeah, get owned. Get owned. Ow. These guys are so quick. Gotcha. If there's any hiding out down here. I guess not. Oh, yeah, I need to light this up, I think, before I call this good. Or maybe I just raise the walls 1. So it can't jump up. Shouldn't be able to jump up over that. It could over here, though, I guess. I'll have to light it up later. So yeah, we need to get a recipe that we're going to use for this. I'm thinking using one of the 2 recipes. Something that doesn't use bronze either would be nice. So we got Invar, brass, and tin. So to make brass ingots, brass dust, which we make, there we go, with zinc dust and copper dust. So this gives us a lot more per material, so we actually don't really even lose any material. Zinc, to make zinc, we have to either pulverize saltpeter, and sometimes you get it. It drops sometimes when you mine the stuff, basically. Or pulverize that dust, or pulverize the ingot, or we can get tiny piles. I wonder if we get tiny piles from something. Okay, you get tiny piles from centrifuging. Oh, that's what I need. I totally forgot. I don't have a centrifuge. Centrifuging tin. That's not really any fun. That's no fun. That's no fun. That's no fun. Man, these are terrible recipes. Why would I ever want to do any of those? So yeah, maybe that's not so much an option I want to explore. Brass, aluminum, and Invar. Aluminum, I think aluminum was what I was looking at earlier. Of course, the only way to make it, you do have to use a blast furnace to make the ingots, so if you don't got the ingots... Oh, no. No, you can't smelt the dust, though. Yeah, you can't smelt the dust. Alright, so maybe we'll go with zinc. I'm going to go get some. I think I can find some in the nether pretty quick, and then I'll be back. You see this, Jeb? This is what happens when you won't let me sleep. You can only sleep at night. You can only sleep at night. You can only sleep at night. You can only... Yeah, I get frustrated when I can't sleep, as I'm sure most people do. But anyways, I'm back. Made a short trip to the Nether, and I got a bunch of zinc. Zinc is really easy to find. You'll find this ore that basically drops mostly sulfurite dust, but it drops zinc like, I don't know, 10% of the time. And it's really easy. If you just find one, you usually find like 20. So just keep mining and you'll get a bunch. Pretty easy. So what we want to do here is create some brass. So that's why we wanted to get the zinc in the first place. So we can create that brass dust just like that, with some copper dust and some zinc dust. And then we can just stick it in the powered furnace and get out the brass that we're going to need. Of course. So we only need one. And we need one brass, we need one invar, and we need one tin. Now invar, if you don't already know, this is what you use to make the magnetic engines. This is basically just a composition of iron and ferrous dust. Ferrous dust you can find pretty easily, or nickel. I think you can use nickel with it as well. So it's really easy to get. If you just find some ferrous ore, just mine it, pulverize it, there you go. And then combine it with some iron dust. So find some iron, pulverize that too. Ta-da! And you're done. Why are you running? Oh, because obviously you're charging this. Derp. Okay, so no mobs around. We need to go to the plate bending machine. Oh, give us a zinc plate. I put that in earlier. So let's get one invar plate. Let's get one brass plate. And then let's get one tin plate. Okay, now I'm not sure if this is shapeless crafting or what it is. It tends to change between versions. Okay, so it is just shapeless. This gives us the 2 mixed metal ingots. So what we do, of course, is we throw these guys right into the compressor, and it does its thing. And it's going to give us the advanced alloys that we need. The advanced alloys, of course, go towards machine casings. And some other things too. So it's really nice to have a good way to create advanced alloys if you can do it. Actually, it doesn't go towards the machine casings at all, does it? Nope, doesn't at all. It's the advanced machine blocks that we need this for, these guys. And you'll make a lot of these. If you do anything GregTech, you will make a lot of these guys. And they just take the 2 advanced alloys, 2 carbon plates. That's why you saw me grab the carbon plates earlier. And then 1 machine block, which of course takes the refined iron. And then wrench. Can I just make an electric wrench? Oh no, it requires steel. I really want to make an electric wrench because I'm tired of using this thing. But yeah, that gives us 2 advanced alloys. There we go. We're gonna need... We need the industrial blast furnace again. Blast furnace. We're gonna need 1, 2... Nope. Nope. 2, and then, yeah, 3. So we're going to need 3 of these, actually. So I'll need to make 1 more. And then we can actually put this thing... Oop, almost forgot my jetpack. Oh, sweet. And then it goes right back into your... Oh, that is nice. Yeah, this new bottom bar with the armor is new. Before, you know, you had to go into here, grab it, put it down, go in here, put it in, grab it out, go back into your inventory and do that. Now you just click on it, you can do it right here. That's pretty sweet. And I think that's about it for this segment. So let's jump ship here and try something else. Well, it looks like we're out of time, actually. I was just about to say we should go do some Twilight Forest stuff, but I think I'll put that off until next episode. So, again, GregTech stuff, it's very much just the beginning. I've got to go light up this area so that I don't blow up at night, because I'd like to not have to sleep all the time. That would be pretty nice. And in the future we'll be going MFR, but that's, you know, waiting to get the industrial blast furnace. That's the big bottleneck for me right now. I need to get that blast furnace up and running. I have a ton of wood. Jeez, look at all this. But yeah, that's it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm trying to make sure the video quality is better. I'm trying something new, a little bit of an experiment. We'll see what happens with that. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and until next time then.